Someday your car could run on biofuel made from plants. MSU engineers are trying to make it happen. Mechanical engineers at MSU are hard at work trying to figure out the best ways to use biofuels, specifically biodiesel fuels, in engines.
It's an optical diesel. We actually have a window inside the piston that allows us to see into the combustion chamber. We look at things like the spray mixing and the combustion quality, and this relates back to the biodiesels because we can see how these differ, maybe where some benefits are compared to regular diesel fuel.
This optical diesel engine was developed here with support from the Environmental Protection Agency in Ann Arbor. These MSU mechanical engineers are also funded through major support from the Department of Energy. They're trying to figure out how to make these new plant-based fuels so they'll produce low levels of emissions with good efficiency. They work on the user end of the process and work together with their colleagues in chemical engineering at MSU who are handling the producer end.
When the fuel is injected into the cylinder, we can see how the fuel mixes, and then we can also see the combustion inside.
There are tremendous opportunities for growth in this area, and this would provide jobs for people all over Michigan and the United States because of the possibilities of large-scale use of these biofuels.
It looked a little like the standard gas engines we're all used to were in peril as gas prices soared and the economy dove. But the idea of using biofuels has blown some new life into the automotive industry and research.
That's exactly right. We have something like 450 million arable acres of land in the United States, but that only represents about 20% of the land in the United States. So there's a significant amount of other land mass that would be capable of producing biofuels that then wouldn't interrupt with the food supply. So that's one of our goals, to see what kinds of new biofuels can be developed that can be grown on, something other than the best farmland.
Michigan State University is sometimes thought of as an ag school, and today the idea of ag is about as cutting edge as it gets. These days, ag means new sources of energy, creative ways to feed the world, sustainability, and everything green, not just Spartan green.
We're ideally situated as an ag school and with high-quality biologists and plant geneticists to determine what the effective pathways are for developing biofuels, and then with the appropriate input from chemical engineers that actually are responsible for refining this fuel, and mechanical engineers that are responsible for developing combustion systems that use the fuel. We're ideally suited to be the ones to develop the next generation of biofuels.
And he says if you think the idea of engineers working with an ag school and with farmers is strange, you are so wrong.
Actually, farmers are almost by default have to be engineers. They're required to repair things and understand how things work and make decisions based on economic conditions. So a farmer is a farmer engineer, really.
So if you were ready to write off the importance of farmers, you'd be wrong. And if you were thinking we might not need so many so-called gearheads, well, you might want to rethink that too.
The beauty of my job is I've always been a gearhead, and I've always wanted to turn my gearhead into a decent job. So I get to work with both ends. I actually get to turn wrenches, and I actually get to see things that not too many people in the world have seen.
We have fabulous graduate students here. As you saw with Cody Squibb, they get involved in the project, and it isn't very long before they actually are having the main responsibility for conducting the daily work on the project. And by the time they finish with their master's or PhD activity, they're able to carry out this kind of research on their own.
A new generation of fuels, a new generation of engineers, even a new generation for an old ag school. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?